Hello to all of my lovely people out there. Today I had a long day at work. Not a hard day, but a long day. And so I was gonna play my game, which I still am. But instead of doing that, now I decided to, let's do a little bit of writing to some Leon Bridges. Let's go. Hello to everyone. So, I haven't written in a while. The last time was the last day of May, which is what you just saw. I'm eating some slightly stale kettle corn. But hey, I'm going to eat my slightly stale kettle corn. And I'm going to do a little bit of writing, and then I'm going to play my game or watch TV. I don't know. We shall see. We shall write. Hello to all of my lovely people out there. Please do not mind the lawnmower as it passes by and the sound gets louder. But hello, it is, what day is it? June 14th. And I have been doing a lot more writing this month than last month, which is why you will not see a May video. But I am excited to continue writing. And if you've been following along my journey, my writing vlog for the AJ installment series since January, you will know that I've been on chapter 1 for a long time, since January, and it's the 6th month of the Gregorian year. I'm still on chapter 1. But disclaimer, I have written on chapter 2. I'm just going back to chapter 1 because I've changed the story, how I wanted to start the story so many times. Can you say this is what it is like to be a writer? So I am finally at a point. I know I've said a lot. I'm finally at the point.
I'm finally at the point. I am finally at the point.
But no, seriously. I believe that I'm finally at the point to where I am really falling into, I don't want to say I'm falling in love with the story, but falling into a strong like of a story. Because believe me, you can dislike your story. And that's partly why you change your story, because you dislike the way it is at the moment. So I'm starting to like the story. And by that, I mean, I'm getting a better feel of my main character, of the side characters I have around her, because personally, I believe that a story begins, a book begins when you have characters who are realistic, when you have characters who you can relate to, characters that tell the story for you. I think that when, for me personally, I have the idea of what I want the story to be about, the premise, the plot, and so on. And then I create the characters. And I focus on who my characters are. Where do I want them to go? What do they feel? And then as I write, sometimes the story changes for the best because my characters begin to tell the story. And it's not like, oh my gosh, my characters are alive and they're talking to me. No, my characters more so, I begin to know my characters a little bit more, and they begin to develop in a way that says, hey, you initially had it this way, But now your character is saying, let's go in that direction because this feels more like your character. This feels more like your side character. And I don't believe that there is such a thing as a small or big character, whereas such as the main character being the big character or the side character being the small character. I think that every character is big because every character makes the story. So that's where am at this moment. I'm at a point to where I'm enjoying my characters. I'm enjoying writing my story. I'm enjoying the journey that is HA installments. So yeah, let me give you a tip for the day as I go and do some writing. What tip do I have? I don't know. Let's see. I do know. Come on. Hold on. It's coming. Don't be afraid to let your characters tell the story. So that means if you are planning your story, planning it out with the finest of details, don't be afraid to let your story go into a different direction because you may not know it just yet, but it may be what's best for your story. So have creative freedom. Let that creative freedom run a little wild sometimes. And if it doesn't work, you can always go back and start off where you were. Yep, that's my tip of the day. So if you don't know who I am Octavia D. Mason, author Octavia D. Mason, giving you the best practical writing tips, resources to build a strong novel, and confidence to write your story. If you want more videos like this, please feel free to sift through my channel, find something you love, whether it be a practical writing tip video, a vlog, a short, and have edit, have fun, enjoy, learn, and grow as a writer. See you in the next video. Hello to all of my lovely people out there. Today is, I don't have my watch on. What is today? I'm gonna say it's Thursday, June 22nd, the second to last week of the month of June. And here's a little update. I am on vacation from work, so I'm just having a little staycation this week. I had a goal to do a lot more writing than I have when not on vacation. And I just wanna say right off the bat, that has gone successfully. I've written about 3,000 plus words this week when I haven't been doing other things. And that is amazing. I'm finally at the point to where I am really and truly enjoying my story. And I don't, you guys have heard me in the last video say that I haven't really been enjoying what I've been writing, or not necessarily understanding my characters fully, but I'm finally getting that good feel on my characters. So I'm going to talk about that while I make me some matcha. And what else? I think that's it. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys about what it was like on my last writing sessions. And this will more than likely be my last video for the month of June, so that way I can edit this quality content for you guys out there. All right, let's move on to the matcha making because my hot water from my electric tea kettle is ready. Alrighty, let's go. So a big bit of a breakdown for what I've been doing this week for writing is that I actually finished my first chapter. Oh my gosh, the one that I've been working on since, what was that, January? Since I've been doing these vlogs. So I finally finished the first chapter. And I am very, very also close to finishing my second chapter of my book. And you wanna know how I got that far? Yes, because I had time to write, but also because I stopped worrying about what I was doing. I stopped worrying about how it was going to be written, how I needed to make it perfect. And I think one of the things that I've been discussing with my friends, I went out with them the other day, and so we were discussing, basically, to summarize it all up, imposter syndrome. And so I feel like I was dealing with that a little bit in regards to creating my third fictional book. I was like 2, but my third fictional book. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am now on book number 3. This has to be perfect. What if I'm not doing this correctly? What if they love my first 2 but hate the second book? And I said, that's not true. I am a great author. My sister also encouraged me and reassuring me in that fact that I am a great author and that I know how to write. I am great at writing, so stop tripping and just do it, basically. And so after, a couple months, and after not writing last May, just because I really wasn't feeling up to it and didn't feel any inspiration, I am now back in the groove of writing and not thinking so much about making it perfect or doing it correctly, but I'm just doing me, writing stories, writing the characters. My glass is a sibling, but I'm just focusing on the story, focusing on what I want to tell about the characters in the story that I have, about AJ installments. And so last night I stayed up late, which I haven't done in a very long time. Is this enough matcha? Do I have enough matcha? I want some more. After staying up for so late, no, hold on, what was I? I stayed up late last night to write, and it felt amazing. Past the midnight hour, I wrote, and I loved it, and it was fantastic. I wrote 2,000 words yesterday. I wrote, how did it go? I wrote in the middle of the day because the electricity went out because we had a huge thunderstorm here in my area. And so I did a little writing by candlelight with my computer on. Yes, it was lightning. Was I afraid? No. And so don't judge me. Uno momento. I do not have a frother because the last two we had broke. Hold that thought. So I wrote via candlelight, and then I played some video games because I like to game. I'm a gamer. And so I did that, and then I went back to writing around 9, I want to say, and I capped it up with 2,000 words, 2,038 words, I believe. And I'm so close to finishing my second chapter for my manuscript, on my way to my third chapter. And so I just want to say, writing for the month of June 2023 has been a success, not because I wrote more, but because I have a better perspective on my writing, a better attitude about my writing. I trust myself in writing, trust the knowledge that I have to write as an author. And that, in my opinion, is more successful than how many words that I wrote during the month of June. So take that as your tip of the day. Let me summarize that. Let me put that into a little phrase. Hold on. Your belief in yourself as an author is more valuable than how many words you write. That is your tip of the day, friends. Happy month of June. I will see you in July. Have a great day. If you do not know who I am, I'm author Octavia D. Mason, giving you the best practical writing tips, resources to build your strong novel, and confidence to write your story. See you in the next video in the month of July. Peace. If you don't know, and if you didn't start off at the beginning, oh, hold on, sorry, So, if you don't know, I'm Octavia D. Mason, giving the best writing tips and resources. Hold on, that's not how it goes. I'm Octavia D. Mason, giving the best writing tips, practical resources, giving the best practical tips, giving the best practical writing tips, resources for the strong novel, and confidence.